So there's been a lot of speculations as to what the next main series Pokemon game is going to be, and basically in this video I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys what I think will be coming next from Game Freak in terms of main series Pokemon game, and why I don't think any other games will be coming next, and all that fun stuff. A lot of people already know where I stand on this matter because they tend to ask the question a lot in my streams, and I give my reason why I think this will be coming next and why I don't think this will be coming next, yada yada yada. But I figured let's go ahead and just make it into a video format because why not? A lot more people have access to the video rather than the stream, so let's just make it into a video and whatnot. But keep in mind this video is fully opinionated, so you don't really need to agree with my opinion, but as long as you respect my opinion, I will respect yours. And if you have a different opinion or you agree with my opinion, you can go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. But let's go ahead and just jump into this little rant video. So there are really 4 possibilities when it comes to games for next year, or just the next game in general, and those are Gen 1 remakes, Gen 4 remakes, another Gen 6 game, and Gen 7. And like those are really the only 4 that I've actually heard people say. And the one that I think will be coming next is another Generation 6 game, specifically a Zygarde game. And I think a Zygarde game is coming next just because the current game trend, starting from Hoenn. Hoenn had the legendary trio, the weather trio, Groudon, Kyogre, Rayquaza, right? Well, Ruby and Sapphire came out and they had Groudon, Kyogre, and then later down the road Pokemon Emerald came out with Rayquaza, and that's kind of been the trend since 3rd gen. With Gen 4 you have Dialga and Palkia with Diamond and Pearl, and then you have Giratina with Platinum, and then with Black and White, or Gen 5, you have Black and White with Reshiram and Zekrom, and then you have Kyurem, who got 2 games, but there were still games revolving around Kyurem. So it only makes sense for us to get a game revolving around Zygarde because, well, the trio in Kalos is, Xerneas, Zekrom, not Xerneas, Zekrom, Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde, there you go. Xerneas, Yveltal, Zygarde. So it's like, well, we have a Xerneas game, we have an Yveltal game, where's our Zygarde game? We need a Zygarde game. But not only that, Zygarde also has exclusive moves, being 1,000 arrows and 1,000 waves. Now, of course, a Zygarde movie has been announced for 2016, which is honestly another reason why Zygarde should be getting a game soon, because, well, we're having a movie based around Zygarde. Last time we had a movie based around, like, I guess a legendary that's in the game. Let's take Kyurem for example. Kyurem, there was like a movie poster for Kyurem and it had the 2 forms of Kyurem on it, but we was like, what is like, those are 2 forms of Kyurem, but what is that? What's that? What is it? And then Black 2 White 2 revealed those to be Black and White Kyurems, so I think with the Zygarde movie coming out in 2016, that just kind of screams a Zygarde game, like not necessarily Pokemon Z, not necessarily Pokemon X2, Y2, or anything like that, because the name is still up in the air, but a game revolving around Zygarde, I think that's coming next. Not only that, but we still have yet to even see or even hear about Volcanion officially, and Volcanion is in the Kalos deck, so I mean, we need news on Volcanion as well. So there's still a lot that we don't even have yet in terms of Kalos. And then not only that, but they can expand Kalos from X and Y in the new games as well, because we definitely need that, because X and Y, I mean, it was great, the layout was kind of good and whatnot, but I feel like it was lacking in the after game department outside of like the Looker mission, and the Looker mission isn't even all that good. So I feel like they can just do a little bit better on that, but that's a whole different topic. But basically, I think a Pokemon Z will be coming next just because there's a Zygarde movie on the way. The current game trend, we have a game for Xerneas and Yveltal, but no Zygarde, so we need a game revolving around Zygarde. Whether it's a prequel or sequel, that's up in the air as well. but Zygarde has exclusive moves that probably will be revealed in the new movie, but they might even tie into the actual game as well, so there's that. And then we need Volcanion. So those are really the reasons why I think Pokemon Z, or a Zygarde game, will be coming next. So now that I've told you guys why I think we're going to be getting a Zygarde game, let me go ahead and tell you guys why I don't think we will be getting Gen 1 remakes, Gen 4 remakes, and Gen 7. And let's go ahead and start with Gen 1, because I feel like that's probably the only other one that has a chance of even happening. But the reason why I don't think a Gen 1 remake will happen is because, well, first of all, we already have Gen 1 remakes, and that's Fire Red and Leaf Green, right? We have those. Now, of course, yes, they're not on the DS, but we still have them. They've already been remade. Remaking a remake, it's kind of weird, you know? It's just kind of like all you're doing is just polishing it up. I don't know. I don't see the real reason in doing that. I know it's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon next year or whatever. I know that. It's just that I don't see that happening, you know? Not only that, but Kalos, in a way, is first gen. Like, if you actually step back and take a look at Kalos is Gen 1. Okay, if you want to like let's take Sandalwood Forest for example. That's essentially Viridian Forest, you know? Not only that, but you get Kanto legendaries in X and Y. Not only that, but you also get Kanto starters. So like, I just feel like Kalos is Kanto in a way, you know. I'm not saying it's completely the same, because of course not, you know. They have a lot of Gen 1 elements in Gen 6, you know. Gen 6 was supposed to be that generation where it brings back the old fans because it has Gen 1 in it, but it brings in the new fans because it has all the new fancy stuff in it. So that's why I don't necessarily think we'll be getting Gen 1 remakes. It's like, you know, if you want to Zapdos, play X and Y. If you want a Moltres, play X and Y. If you want a Charmander, play X and Y. You know, not only that, but then on top of that, there are friend safaris. So, I mean, I honestly just don't really see Gen 1 remakes. I see no reason for them to make a Gen 1 remake for the 3DS. I really don't. It's like, you know, they can argue and say that, you know, hey, we need a Kanto game on the 3DS, but it's like, I don't really think we need a Kanto game on the 3DS or on the DS for that matter, because Kalos is kind of Kanto. And then if you want to argue that Heart Gold Soul Silver has Kanto in it for the DS, then I mean, there's that as well. But the main reason that I don't think Gen 1 remakes are going to happen is because Kalos is Gen 1 essentially. You know, like, it has a lot of Gen 1 elements in it, so that's why I don't really think we're gonna get Gen 1 remakes. So a lot of people say that they want Gen 4 remakes, and basically the only reason why I don't think we're gonna get Gen 4 remakes is because we just got a remake not too long ago with Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, so there's no point for them to, there's no reason for them to go back and remake another game directly after a remake. You know, like having 2 remakes back to back, that's not something that Game Freak does, and I don't think they should do that. There's no reason for them to do that. I mean, everything that you probably want in Diamond and Pearl, being, you know, legendaries and stuff, that's in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So if it's like, if you want a Uxie, play Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. If you want Palkia, play which one? I don't even know which one Palkia is in, but Palkia is in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so there's really no reason for them to remake Generation 4. That's just my personal opinion, though. And then the last one is Gen 7, and I think a lot of people are only wanting Gen 7 because they're done with Generation 6, but I still think it's a little too early to be coming out with Gen 7, just because, like I said, there's so many things they could still do with Kalos, and there's still Pokemon that we need in Kalos, and it's just too early for Generation 7 right now. I don't think we should get Generation 7 until we finished up completely with Generation 6, and we're still not done with Generation 6, so for Generation 7, I just think it's a little too early to be coming out with the game. They can't just completely skip Zygarde and bring out new Pokemon. I don't see them doing that. New Megas, yeah, I see them doing that, but I don't really see them bringing out a whole new generation of Pokemon and just completely skipping over Zygarde. Or I don't see them doing Generation 7 and then backtracking to Generation 6 directly after. Like, that's not something that Game Freak usually does. So yeah, I just think it's a little too early for Generation 7. And that is going to go ahead and do it for this video, you guys. So I voiced my opinion, and if your opinion is different or if you agree with my opinion, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this rant, please go ahead and leave a like as well. I didn't mean for this to, you know, sound like I know everything or anything like that, because like I said, this whole video is fully opinionated. It's just me speaking on, you know, experiences playing Pokemon, because I've played Pokemon since, you know, Pokemon came out in the US. So you know, you just kind of notice a trend, and I feel like, you know, Game Freak doesn't deviate from the trends all too often. They might do something a little new, but there's still some sort of trend there. You know, for example, Black and White, or Black 2 White 2, usually there would be like one game. Everyone speculated Pokemon Gray, but we didn't get Pokemon Gray. But we still got games that revolved around Kyurem. So that's what I think is going to happen with Zygarde as well. So this video, even though it's my opinion, it's kind of sort of, I'm using my experiences to base my opinion, and hopefully people, you know, respect that and whatnot. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here so I can go ahead and edit this video and upload it for you guys, because I'm doing this the same day it's supposed to be uploaded. So yeah, bye.